Animal Crossing has captured the hearts of players all over the world. For years, fans of the series have speculated about the mysteries and secrets that lay hidden within the game's vibrant and colorful universe. From the identities of enigmatic characters to the origins of peculiar items and landmarks, there's no shortage of theories to explore. But which ones are most likely to be true? I'm Andrew with 1UP Binge. First up, let's get the theories that have been debunked out of the way. These theories are BS. Timmy and Tommy are Nook's clones. There's an intriguing theory going around about Tom Nook, the beloved shopkeeper of the Animal Crossing series, which was suggested by Reddit user Cooley9474. According to this theory, Nook has created two clones of himself, Timmy and Tommy, to start as kids and eventually grow up to run Nook Incorporated in the future. However, there's a catch. Timmy and Tommy are somehow stuck as children, and Nook has brought us to the island to build a top-secret lab to fix whatever's wrong with them. Furthermore, this theory suggests that the reason for Isabelle's absence from the game is that she was too close to uncovering Nook's secret, and that Dodo Airlines erases all flight data to keep the location of Nook's island hidden. The theory also suggests that Rossetti, the former airport operator, was transferred to the rescue team because he was also getting too close to the truth. While this theory certainly makes for an interesting story, there's no real evidence to support it. Cloning technology is not something that exists in the world of Animal Crossing, and there's no indication that Nook has any interest in genetic experimentation. Furthermore, the idea that there's something wrong with Timmy and Tommy and that Nook brought us to the island to fix it is purely speculative. Additionally, Isabelle's absence from the game is likely due to her popularity among fans and her appearance in other Animal Crossing games, rather than any nefarious plot by Nook to silence her. And while Dodo Airlines may erase flight data for privacy reasons, there's no indication that Nook is trying to keep the location of his island a secret. In short, while it's fun to speculate about the world of Animal Crossing, this particular theory is not supported by any evidence and is anything but true. Timmy and Tommy are simply two beloved characters in the game, and Nook is a savvy businessman with a passion for entrepreneurship, not a mad scientist conducting secret experiments. The game is in purgatory. Another theory that has been circulating among Animal Crossing fans suggests that the game is not a peaceful simulation, but rather a representation of the afterlife. According to this theory suggested by Reddit user Doctors Jenny, players are actually deceased and have entered purgatory, tasked with building and improving their new island home while interacting with charming animal villagers. The lack of backstory and inability to refuse the offer to travel to the island has led some to believe that the transportation represents the character's journey from the physical world to the waiting room of the afterlife. This theory also suggests that the mundane and repetitive tasks in the game serve as a distraction for the player's character from their own death. Additionally, the letters from the player's mom are believed to be objects placed on their grave, while the player's interactions with the animal villagers are seen as a way to make up for their sins in the real world. There are several other aspects of Animal Crossing New Horizons that do not support the theory of the game being set in the afterlife. For instance, the player character can eat fruit, swim, and even get stung by bees, which are all physical sensations that wouldn't be possible in the afterlife. Additionally, the player character can earn money, buy and sell goods, and interact with a functioning economy, which would be unlikely in a purgatory setting. Moreover, the game allows for multiplayer interaction, where players can visit each other's islands, which would also be unlikely if the game was set in purgatory. If every player was in their own purgatory, there would be no point in multiplayer interactions. Another point worth noting is that the letters from Mom are likely just a game mechanic and not a deliberate attempt to suggest that the player character is deceased. These letters are just a way to add a personal touch to the game and to make the player feel more connected to their virtual world. While the theory of Animal Crossing New Horizons being set in purgatory is an interesting idea, there is absolutely no solid evidence to support it. Moving on from the BS, these theories still have a lot of problems. Not enough to say they're completely debunked, but still. These theories are full of holes. Gulliver and Gullivar are the same. A Reddit user by the name of Raytana posed the question, are Gulliver and Gullivar actually the same character? This sparked a frenzy of discussion among fans, who began scrutinizing every detail to uncover the truth. Fans who believe in the theory argue that Gullivar is simply a pirate version of Gulliver, given that they share a similar appearance and speech pattern. Furthermore, both birds end up stranded on the player's shorelines under suspiciously similar circumstances and require the same task to be completed in order to be rescued. However, upon closer inspection, it becomes clear that this theory has some serious flaws. Firstly, while the two birds may share similar physical traits and speech patterns, they have vastly different personalities. Gulliver is known for his aloof nature and tendency to ramble, while Gullivar is much more boisterous and outgoing. Also, the two birds have different voice actors in the game. While this may seem like a minor detail, it is worth noting that video game developers often assign different voice actors to characters who are meant to be distinct from one another. Moreover, Gullivar's pirate costume is not simply a modification of Gulliver's outfit. It features unique details and accessories that set it apart. Additionally, Gulliver is often found wearing a sailor's hat, while Gullivar wears a pirate's hat. This small detail may seem insignificant, but it suggests that the two seagulls come from different backgrounds and have different histories. And while the two birds may have similar situations to be rescued from, the exact details of their stories differ greatly. With that said, we're now into the middle category, where we may stumble onto some truth. Maybe. These theories are the possible. Pascal knows a mermaid. Redditor Nell Mars is the mastermind behind one of the most popular theories in Animal Crossing New Horizons. According to their theory, Pascal the otter is on a mission to collect scallops for his secret mermaid friend. In exchange for the scallops, the mermaid friend rewards Pascal with mermaid furniture, which he then passes on to players in exchange for more scallops. This theory gained traction among fans because it explains why Pascal is so persistent in his quest for scallops. Additionally, players have noticed that Pascal can be seen eating the scallops, but the shells disappear. Fans speculate that he is keeping the shells to give to his mermaid friend in exchange for the coveted mermaid furniture. While this theory may seem far-fetched, there is some evidence to support it. In the game, Pascal often speaks in cryptic riddles, adding to his mysterious persona. Additionally, the mermaid furniture that Pascal offers to players in exchange for scallops is not available anywhere else in the game, which suggests that there is a special connection between Pascal and the mermaid. Isabelle is an alcoholic. It seems like even the most innocent of characters can't escape the scrutiny of Animal Crossing fans. Isabelle, the beloved Shih Tzu, has recently come under suspicion for a dark secret lurking on her desk. Reddit user The Great Zawinski posed the question, what is the mysterious beverage on Isabelle's desk in New Horizons? While some argue that it's just harmless barley tea, others are convinced that Isabelle is indulging in a more adult beverage, whiskey on the rocks. Some fans have even pointed out that Isabelle's behavior can be seen as a little tipsy at times, adding fuel to the speculation. But is there any evidence to support this theory? It's hard to say for sure, as the game never outright confirms what Isabelle is drinking. However, her slurred speech and slow movements in certain scenes can be interpreted as signs of intoxication. Some fans believe that Isabelle's tipsy behavior may be intentional, adding a layer of depth to her character. Additionally, some players have pointed out that in certain versions of the game, Isabelle's eyes appear to be slightly bloodshot, further fueling the speculation that she may be imbibing on the job. These next conspiracies make a lot of sense. In fact, we think they're more likely to be true than not. These theories are probable. The villagers are being secretly controlled by aliens. The theory about the alien broadcast in Animal Crossing has caused quite a stir among fans of the game. The broadcast occurs every Saturday at 3:33 a.m. and features an image of a small alien accompanied by eerie background music. The alien then speaks in a villager-like gibberish while the screen flashes to an image of a UFO before disappearing at precisely 3:34 a.m. While some fans believe that the broadcast is merely a reference to the friendly aliens in the 2006 movie Dobutsu no Mori, others are convinced that it is a sign of the aliens' control over the island. One piece of evidence cited is the fact that the UFO that appears in the broadcast is the same UFO that players can craft using the UFO DIY recipe received from Celeste. This suggests that the aliens may be providing players with a recipe as a way to manipulate them. Moreover, the fact that the message appears consistently at the same time each week has led some fans to believe that it is a dystopian reminder that the islanders are under the control of higher beings. The theory is bolstered by the mysterious disappearance of Gulliver, a special character that used to fly UFOs in previous Animal Crossing games. In fact, many fans are convinced that the world of Animal Crossing is run by alien overlords. This theory is supported by the fact that the aliens are able to hack into island televisions and broadcast their message. Furthermore, the time 3:33 a.m. is seen by some as a reference to the number 333, which is half the number of the beast and therefore implies a sinister presence. All in all, the theory about the alien broadcast in Animal Crossing is highly plausible. The consistency of the broadcast time, the fact that players can craft a UFO, and the mysterious disappearance of Gulliver all suggest that there is something more going on beneath the surface. While we may never know the true extent of the aliens' control over the island, this theory remains a fascinating and thought-provoking one for fans of the game. Finally, we've reached the truth. Confirmed truth. People have blown the whistle on these theories with such compelling evidence that it must be true or a creator confirmed it. These theories are the truth bombs. Players are tax evaders. The theory proposed by Redditor uwu137393992 that the player character in Animal Crossing is a billionaire tax evader who escaped their country and the animals only talk to because of the player's loneliness is a truth bomb theory. It is now widely accepted as truth due to the overwhelming evidence in the game that supports it. The fact that the player character purchases a private island with a private seaplane to arrive at their destination, and that the island already has an airport, raises questions about the source of their wealth. The mention of tax evasion by some villagers in the game suggests that the player is haunted by the idea of the crime, possibly because they have committed it themselves. Furthermore, the character of Red, who offers a cousin discount and sells fraudulent artworks, supports the theory that the player is involved in tax evasion. The fact that the player character has their own private pilot, whom they call for help instead of emergency services, could also be because they are afraid of being arrested if they were to contact the proper authorities. The use of a Nook phone instead of a conventional smartphone is another piece of evidence that supports this theory. It is possible that Tom Nook, who is known for his shady business practices, provides the Nook phone as a way for the player to communicate without being traced by the authorities. Overall, the truth bomb theory that the player character in Animal Crossing is a billionaire tax evader who ran from their country to hide from the authorities is now widely accepted as truth due to the compelling evidence in the game. It adds a darker and more sinister element to the game that was previously unsuspected. Stitches is made of separate parts. The theory that Stitches, the beloved bear-type villager in Animal Crossing, is made up of separate parts from different villagers is a popular one among fans. Stitch's appearance is certainly unique, with none of his body parts seeming to match one another, and instead of eyes, he has crosses stitched into his head. This has led many fans to speculate that Stitches is made up of different villagers. Fans believe that Stitch's personality is quite immature because he has no memories of his own and only has faint ones of the parts' original owners. They theorize that because he has been made from parts of different people, he has had no real experiences of his own to help him mature. Furthermore, some fans have pointed out that Stitch's different body parts have mismatched colors, which suggests that he is not one cohesive teddy bear, but rather multiple teddy bears stitched together. His right ear, left arm, and right leg appear to match with the lime green and orange palette, while his left ear and right arm are both blue. Additionally, Stitch's left leg is orange, but a slightly different hue than his light orange head and torso. Stitch's catchphrase, "Stuffin'," is also thought to be a somewhat meta and disturbing reference to a teddy bear stuffing, which could be a hint at his own creation. All of these details combined have led many fans to believe that Stitches is a Frankenstein's monster-esque villager made up of different parts from different villagers. Finally, as with other theories in the Animal Crossing fandom, this theory is not confirmed by the creators of the game. However, the compelling evidence presented by fans has led some to believe that it must be true.